Hi there. Thanks for watching my views and news. Two new stories. First one is from Addis Ababa, where last month a fire destroyed a number of properties, and some news outlets and journalists claim that the fire spread due to negotiations for bribe between firefighters and traders. Serious allegations were leveled back then by some YouTubers and Ethiopian journalists. Now, Addis Ababa authorities are taking action. Secondly, Franco valuta banned in Ethiopia. The policy has been cancelled. Does Ethiopia have any sustainable economic policy? Pimabe hinted at the likely cancellation of Franco valuta. By the way, PM Abiy mentioned some other things too in his parliament speech. It seems in coming days we could see action on other fronts too, it seems. Let's start from Addis Ababa, where last month a huge fire engulfed properties in Addis Ababa in Merkato area. Luckily, there was no damage to the residents of the area, but several houses and businesses were completely destroyed in this fire accident. I don't know how the fire started, how it spread, but back then, some journalists and YouTube channels, they claimed that firefighters arrived on the spot when fire was not huge. But the firefighters demanded bribe for extinguishing the fire. Negotiations began between firefighters and the traders there. Negotiations took long, so while negotiations were ongoing on the spot, fire was spreading. That is why ultimately it got out of control, and then Addis Ababa government had to mobilize all its resources. And this fire caused huge uh, damage to the people, to the business community of Addis Ababa in Merkato. I remember some viewers contacted me as well. They said, Sajid, you are not reporting about a big development in Addis Ababa where government officials indirectly spread the fire because they did not try to put out the fire, rather, they were in talks on the spot for bribe. I don't know if it is true or not. I did not have any reliable source. Now, Addis Ababa Fire and Disaster Management Commission has filed a suit, a file for damages against those people, those organizations who spread this information that firefighters talked to the traders on the spot, demanding bribe, and that the negotiations indirectly led to spread a fire which then got out of control. So, at a court in Addis Ababa, a case, uh, defamation case has been filed. It would be interesting to see, by the way, who will be charged. Will anyone be charged? We'll see. Ethiopian judiciary cannot be trusted, by the way. Judiciary is under the thumb of the government. You know what is happening in the Amhara region. Judges are being kidnapped from the courtrooms. Judges are not free to give verdicts. Their verdicts are not being implemented by the executive. Judges, court staff are being kidnapped from their houses, from the courts, to prosecutors as well. Amnesty International a few days ago shared details of judges, prosecutors, and court staff who were kidnapped in recent weeks in the Amhara region. So judiciary is not independent. While judges are being kidnapped, association of judges spoke, but top judiciary is silent. I mean, the head of Ethiopian judiciary should have spoken. Silent, only Judges Association issued a statement. That is why no hope, but it will be interesting to see who is going to be charged in this case. Will anyone be punished? By the way, that claim was very dangerous. I mean, back then people were angry that their properties had been burned. And if the information was wrong, it was deliberately spread, it was very dangerous. Those who deliberately spread the information, wrong information, they should be punished. But if they received faulty information, maybe uh, that's another case. But I think the case should be a public trial. I believe it should be conducted publicly so that people can see who spread the news, was it fake or not. Secondly, we would say Ethiopian government's policies, economic policies are not sustained. Government introduced Franco Valuta a few days ago, and today it cancelled Franco Valuta. Some other decisions are going to be made in coming days because a few days ago, PM Abiy appeared at the parliament and he announced at his parliament's appearance that Franco Valuta was not incompatible with, it was not compatible with new macroeconomic reforms. That is why it was expected that Franco Valuta could be modified or cancelled. Franco Valuta, some other points mentioned by the Prime Minister of Ethiopia about Ethiopian economy included allegations against foreign embassies that they're involved in running black market, they're involved in foreign exchange, black market, and the Prime Minister warned those embassies. It means that in coming days we could see action against embassies too, it seems. And then he warned banks too that some organizations are robbing people in the name of banks. Uh, Franco Valuta has been cancelled, so in coming days we could see action against some banks and foreign embassies reportedly. Franco Valuta means that importers are allowed to import items allowed under the policy, bypassing traditional banking systems. The importers can use their foreign currency accounts. They don't need letter of understanding, etc. Under Franco Valuta. Now, this facility, this relaxation has been withdrawn. But 2 week time has been given to the importers who have already ordered items to be imported. They have been given 2 weeks to submit information to the relevant ministry. Does the Ethiopian government have any sustainable economic policy? I think next year is crucial. This year we'll see foreign exchange reserves rise. At the same time, cost of living will rise too, inflation will rise as well. Next year we'll see what happens. If next year Ethiopia fails to attract foreign investment, if next year cost of living does not reduce, inflation does not reduce, and currency exchange, black market continues flourishing, it means that the relief from IMF and World Bank was temporary. And maybe coming years could be very difficult for Ethiopia. So let's see what happens. Franco Valuta was definitely a temporary measure adopted to mitigate the influence, the impact of shortage of foreign exchange reserves. Foreign exchange was not easily available to importers. That is why this policy was introduced. Now it has been withdrawn. Thank you for watching.